concern over rampant corruption. Missing climbers rescued. Hi, I'm Sohaila Sarifuddin and you're watching Cuppa News. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Tuanku Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah and Raja Permaisuri Agong Tuanku Hajah Haminah left Istana Negara on Monday for the royal send-off ceremony to mark the end of Their Majesty's 5-year reign. The Agong and Raja Permaisuri arrived at Parliament Square and was greeted by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak, his deputy Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, cabinet ministers and deputy ministers. The ceremony began with the Negaraku before the Agong inspected a guard of honour by the Royal Malay Regiment. Also present to witness the ceremony were foreign dignitaries. The Agong and Raja Permaisuri later bade farewell to those present and head to KLIA from where they flew home to Kedah. Tuanku Abdul Halim ended his term as the 14th Yang di-Pertuan Agong on Monday. He will be replaced by Kelantan ruler Sultan Muhammad V. Tuanku Abdul Halim made history when he became king for the second time in 2012 after being installed for the first time in 1970. Meanwhile, in Alustar, Kedah, thousands of Kedahans gathered at Sultan Abdul Halim Airport and rode leading up to Istana Anak Bukit to greet the royal couple. Tuanku Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah and Tuanku Haminah was welcomed by Kedah Council of Regency Chairman Tan Sri Tunku Salihuddin Sultan Badli Shah and state dignitaries. Upon arriving at the airport, Tuanku Abdul Halim inspected the guard of honour before a 21-gun salute was fired. It was a happy ending for 30 climbers who were reported missing while on an expedition to Mount Brick near Bau, Sarawak, was found safe and sound on Monday. The group of 13 men and 17 women started their climb on Saturday but failed to return to their checkpoint on Sunday. A police report was lodged at the Bau District Police Headquarters on Monday morning. The group were rescued by the State Fire and Rescue Department after they were unable to descend due to rising water level of the streams and strong currents. All were well except for a few climbers who suffered minor injuries. The Sultan of Perak, Sultan Nazrin Shah, expressed concern over corruption and criminal breach of trust committed openly by highly educated and high-ranking individuals. He said based on media reports, corrupt practices and criminal breach of trust were not only rampant but even occurring on a very large scale. Speaking at the state-level Maulidur Rasul celebration in Tanjung Malim, Sultan Nazrin said history had shown that criminal breach of trust and corrupt practices and ravenous use of power were factors that had caused the downfall of many governments and collapse of civilization. He said wealth acquired through means forbidden by Islamic law was a form of abuse and cruelty towards the rightful people. And in celebrating Maulidur Rasul, he said Muslims should make the Sunnah, sayings and teachings of Prophet Muhammad as a guide and principle, especially in seeking formulas to tackle the current situation. The Raja Permaisuri Perak, Tuanku Zara Salim, Perak Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Dr. Zamri Abdul Kadir and State Executive Councillors were also among the 2,000 people present at the celebration. What was meant to be a holiday trip for a family of 10 to Kuala Terengganu ended in tragedy when 6 of them died in a harrowing accident on Sunday evening at the 288-kilometre stretch of the East Coast Expressway near the Cukai Toll exit in Kemaman, Terengganu. It was reported that the MPV driver, Ahmad Nasal Abdul Rahman, lost control of the vehicle and skidded into a road divider before ramming into a pillar of an overhead bridge after one of the tyres punctured. The deceased were identified as Ahmad Nasal's wife, Mahani Ngah, his daughter, Quratul Nisa, his son, Ahmad Nijat, Ahmad Nasal's brother, Ahmad Razi, his sister-in-law, Pauziah Awang, and Ahmad Razi's granddaughter, Sofia Adriana Shahruddin. On Monday, Mahani, Quratul Nisa and Ahmad Nijat were laid to rest at the Kampung Durian Guling Muslim Cemetery in Marang, Terengganu, while Ahmad Razi and his family were buried at the Muslim Cemetery in Shah Alam, Selangor. Meanwhile, Ahmad Nasal and his 3 other children are being treated at the Kemaman Hospital in Terengganu. The MCA Central Committee will issue a warning letter to Perlis Titi Tangga State Assemblyman Kor Hock Kong for walking out from the State Assembly as a protest. Party President Datuk Seri Liao Tiong Lai said while the Central Committee accepts his walkout as a sign of protest, however the committee felt that he failed to express the party's objection in the Dewan and outside the Dewan, leading to speculation on the party's position.
For that failure to express party objections verbally, the Central Committee decided to issue a stern warning to YB4. This should also serve a reminder to all MCA MPs and adults that they should express and represent MCA positions clearly in the Dewan.
Liao said MCA strongly condemns the Perlis State Government's amendment of their enactment to allow the unilateral conversion of a non-Muslim child by a newly converted Muslim parent without the consent of the non-Muslim parent. He said the party is in support of the Cabinet decision and the Barisan Nasional position on unilateral conversion. New Zealand Finance Minister Bill English has sworn in as the country's new Prime Minister on Monday, a week after a surprise resignation announcement by John Key after 8 years in the role. English, who is the sole candidate for the position, announced Social Housing Minister Paula Bennett as the deputy leader following a special caucus meeting of the ruling centre-right National Party.
Your Excellency, thanks for your kind words and thank you for hosting us and our guests here today at this appointment ceremony. It is indeed a privilege to be appointed by you as Prime Minister, and I know I speak on behalf of the Deputy Prime Minister and myself to reassure you that we take seriously the roles that you've conferred on us.
English has held several ministerial posts across education, health and finance since he joined Parliament in 1990. As Finance Minister, his key policies included moves to partly privatise several state-owned energy firms and Air New Zealand, cutting personal tax and corporate tax rates and increasing the goods and services tax. One of the largest Latin America shanty towns in Caracas, Venezuela, received a delightful surprise when Santa Claus visited the area, singing Christmas songs and handed food to families in need. Joel Valencia, the director of the Neighbourhood Foundation, strapped on a Santa's costume and set out to meet the people in Petare, Islam.
Estamos en diciembre. Entonces, diciembre, Navidad no es solo alegría, fiesta, sino también es acompañamiento, es solidaridad, y eso es parte de lo que uno trata de traer acá, y es rescatar esos valores y hacer consciente a la comunidad y a las futuras generaciones de esas otras realidades que hay dentro del barrio y que hay que atender.
Valencia led children through 11 of Caracas' poorest neighbourhoods, delivering food and a bit of respite from an economic crisis that has led to nationwide shortages of the most basic goods from food to medicine, which have left millions hungry. Hundreds of families from the West Bank city of Bethlehem were entertained with an evening parade aimed at entertaining children in the run-up to the Christmas celebration. A group of young men calling themselves the Bethlehem Jeepers pulled parade floats along Mangus Street on the route to the Church of the Nativity.
It's a parade of 7 floats. Each float tells the story of the Nativity our way. It's the same story, birth of Jesus, but we have different characters. We have the Christmas characters that kids would love to see. It's just about spreading magic around in Bethlehem. It's a message of joy that the Palestinian kids, in spite of everything, deserve to be happy, deserve happiness and joy, and they are seeking the joy of Christmas. It's a message where we can tell everybody that we are capable of creating a beautiful Christmas for Bethlehem.
The march was sponsored by local Palestinian companies. According to Christian belief, Bethlehem is where Jesus was born to Mary and Joseph, and there are estimated 50,000 Christians in the Palestinian territories of West Bank and Gaza. Before we wrap up the show, we'll leave you with a little clip. In Rintin, Germany, Thomas and Suzanne Germain pulled out all the stops when it comes to their Christmas decorations. And that's all from us this Monday evening. Good night.